Right, I think we're live.
Yeah, we are.
So this is a discussion between Joel Pearson and Alan Kinsey, and we're attempting to talk about the historicity of Jesus. It's not really a debate, even though it's on our debate channel, but because we tend to agree on everything, or at least so far.
So far, yeah. I
So
think we actually, your knowledge far exceeds mine. Um, my memory is not what it should be. I have to
how
always reference things. You know,
well
so
how
it
long have you
comes with
been
age.
how long have you been studying the topic? Just the history of Christianity in general.
Christianity is probably, oh, geez, from, well, I was brought up Catholic. So 1982, 83, I became born again. And of course, I was a happy clappy. I studied to become a pastor. And I started reading the Bible properly and then realized, Jesus, it doesn't make sense. Um, and
Yeah, he's definitely a psycho if you actually read the
yeah,
Bible
well,
with
that's
every
that's that's
definition.
what actually got it. Since I started actually going to Bible school and I started giving, this lesson, and I thought, okay, I'll read that, and then they give me another lesson. And I thought, no, this is not matching up. There's something, and then I started putting um, uh, gospel next to gospel, like Mark
Yes,
next to Matthew, and read them and say,
side by
geez,
side.
this, yeah,
Was it Ehrman was talking about parallel readings?
yeah,
If you try and read any two gospels side by side, they just don't line up.
yeah. I did that before Eamon actually suggested that, but that's what got it going. And then the historicity, the myth side of things, probably uh, after I read uh, Carrier and got involved with Carrier, that I started thinking of that Jesus was a myth, because I actually followed more of Bart Ehrman saying, well, it was definitely somebody known as Jesus. Some
Yeah,
fellow walked the earth, and it was actually reading and listening to a lot of Carrier that sort of made me think and start looking at it and saying, well, geez, there is no evidence at all for Christ walking this earth. I mean, there's other Jesuses, there's other Messiahs, yes, and they are actually um, recorded, but Jesus is
yeah,
not recorded. He just seems to be
Josephus
missing in
has
action.
several. So
Missing in action. That's another book that's good.
that was
That's the one. Old
David Fitzgerald
Fitzgerald, yeah. Our buddy.
got Carrier as well.
Yeah. Oh, mine's all in my bookcase there, and also on my
I have
Kindle.
Audible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got Audible
Y-
for historicity. That's 28 hours. It's a
Yeah. My problem is I can't remember. So having it on the Kindle is great,
yeah, being able
but
to
I
search for
can't
books.
reference. I can't search for something that Carrier said, or I have to have the book. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm not.
audiobooks are great for sort of getting it into my consciousness, but I do need a physical book to look things up. That's
Yeah.
another problem.
And that's the problem, because I got a lot of books on Kindle, but to try and find things, and then you sort of, I've got to Google it. It's somewhere there. I know it's there, but I can't find it. Whereas if you've got the book, you can page through it.
Well, so it's interesting that you found Carrier first because I think a lot of people have Price or other
Yeah,
authors.
no, I found Carrier first. Price wasn't that easy to listen to. I don't know. He it was interesting, but he wasn't a Carrier. If you know what I mean. Carrier
Yeah.
gets your interest straight away.
Well, yeah, there's an approach that Dr. Carrier mentions in quite a few of his books, which is that he's trying to bring history to or present it in such a way that everyone can understand it, whether you're a professional or not.
Yeah.
In the same way that Ehrman does, he tries to use common language, tries to make sure that he doesn't use obscure terms without explaining them and using them in context and sparingly, which I think is very useful.
Sorry. I just got a dog coming here. It's very. No. Lay down. Lay down. It's my rat. Lay down. Okay. I'm safe now. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Oh, I've got if
live,
you're
live, live broadcasting, and you got a little flipping chihuahua on your lap.
I've got kids to watch out for as well.
Yeah, I think goodness, I got grandkids. I just hand them back. My kids are all grown up.
Yeah, fill them up with sugar and then send them home.
That's it. Spoil them rotten, and then give them back to their parents.
So
Yeah,
I haven't read any of Price's mythicist books. I've read a couple of his books,
I
but
haven't
they're
read.
more rebuttals.
I haven't read any of his books, and that's probably a bad thing to say, but I have not. I've seen a couple of his lectures or debates, and again, I don't know. I was just not over impressed with him. He didn't actually. I saw the Ehrman Price debate, and Ehrman wiped him up.
Yeah, well,
And
to be fair,
it was actually a shame that because it should have been the other way around.
to be fair, Price wasn't feeling well, and he's not really a debater. He's more of a scholar, so he
Uh,
just expects people to have honest
uh,
discussions.
yeah,
It's not
and,
really
and
good for
Ehrman went.
confrontation.
Yeah, uh, what I'd like to see is Carrier against Ehrman
Everyone would like to see that, but I
because
don't think it's going to happen.
I think because basically Ehrman is a mythicist. He just doesn't realize it yet.
In a sense, yeah. He seems. So my opinion on Ehrman's position is that it's a holdover from his days being fundamentalist, where he moved from the inerrancy position over to a more liberal view that Jesus existed. But I think he's got that bias still in his head. He hasn't quite
Mm.
managed to fully recover from his religion.
Well, if you see Ehrman in his earlier days, he was still claimed to be agnostic. It's only lately that he's become atheist or agnostic atheist. Before he just said, "I'm atheist. I don't know." You know,
It's to do with the country he lives in is quite hostile to atheists still, I think.
yeah.
A lot
Well,
of people don't
he's
really know what it means.
yeah, but I think he's also he looks after his position as well, isn't it? Because his
It's a
position,
religious university, isn't it?
yeah. The thing is, he's taken a big chance by saying he doesn't believe uh, in God, but he believes there was somebody called Jesus floating around.
Oh yeah, and the way he uses it as a threat, particularly in "Did Jesus Exist?" He just flat out says that people will lose, they won't be able to hold a job in any university if they're a mythicist. Then he's probably projecting his own fear into that.
I think so. That's why he comes up with the fringe. So, well, let's be honest. There are some mythicists that are fringe, and I think that's what's given the Zeta cast and that sort of stuff. What's her name? What's her name? Carrier or something like that. Carrier. What's her name? The woman that died of breast cancer.
Oh yes, Acaria S.
Yeah, Carrier is.
His
She
name
also.
was DM Murdoch. Was
That's
the
it.
name.
Yeah, that's it. I think she also brought a bit of a. She was. She probably could be a good scholar. Actually, because she wasn't. She knew a lot, but she seemed to just take
She
it
got she got
too
carried
far
away.
over. Yeah, too
She
over.
started to make claims that she couldn't back.
Yeah,
Um, I haven't actually read her work, so I can't really comment on how
yeah.
accurate it was.
I've, I've, I've listened to. I haven't read her work, but I've got a book here. Actually, this year, but I haven't read it. I've watched a couple of her talks, and that she's not a best person to listen to. But where I sort of had respect for her when she was dying of cancer, and all these Christians were ragging her and saying it's because you don't believe in God. That's why you're dying, and that's why you're suffering. I hope you suffer. There's quite a bit on her page. I think it's Stella something or other. I can't remember what the proper name is. But her blog and her website is still running. Stella Publications or something like that. It's called.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to read some of her stuff. It's just that I spend all of my reading time on other books, and I've got 100 books lined up ready to go. So
Yeah, well, that's you got the same problem as me. You got so many books you don't know where to start from.
yes, I'm really interested to read Mythos Christos by Edwin Herbert, I think.
Uh, don't know it.
So there's quite a lot of interesting. So that's a fiction book, but provides a lot of insight, I think, into the early days of Christianity.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
um, yeah, you know, I've actually rereading Elaine, what's it, Elaine Pagels? Uh, yeah, oh, hang on,
I
somewhere
know the
here.
book name, yeah.
Yeah, no, Elaine Pagels. She's also a Revelations. she's done a lot of Gnostic, Gnostic
Yeah.
stuff. She studied a lot of Gnostic. She actually got a book out, Gnostic. Well, it's got an old book, Gnostic Bibles or Gnostic books. It's got all
Yeah,
the old.
there's loads we missed. We don't have any more, but we've only got mentions of them in other
Yeah, well,
books.
she's that's her field of study actually, is the Gnostic
Yeah, and of course,
works.
John being basically a Gnostic gospel that was
Yeah,
probably redacted. Well, we
well,
know it was redacted.
yeah. Well, there's a few of the few of them that's in there. There's I can't remember now. I'd have to pull it out. Um, but that's the one I've actually reading at the moment.
All right, yeah,
It's
that's the one I should be reading as well.
on Revelations. It actually gives a good insight to how Revelations was written by by John, if you want to call it John, but it was John of
Yeah, multiple
Pathos.
authors.
Probably not John, not Saint John, the same author. Seems to be a difference in the works between John of Pathos or John the Divine
Yeah.
with Revelations and the Gospel of John. Two different authors. The big sort of difference in the writing, sort of. Well, she brings it up anyway. How the authorship is different and what happened in
Yeah.
John's life. He was a Christian, but how Revelations comes into being Revelations, and it's not a futuristic thing. It's what's happening
Do you remember
at the
the date
time.
that Revelations was dated to? I thought it was in the 90s sometime.
Sorry,
Was
say again.
Revelation written sometime around 90 CE? It's been a while since I've looked at the
No, it's a
dates
bit,
for it.
but I think it's a bit late. Yeah, yeah, it is 90. Yeah, just after the temple, destruction of the temple,
Yeah, a
and
couple of decades
the
later.
the the, the, the uh, invasion or whatever you want to call of
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
after the Roman war with the Jews. Yeah,
Correct.
well, with Judea, not with Jews.
Jews, yeah, with Judea, and that's actually where it starts from, and that's where when he's exiled in on the island of Pathos or whatever it is,
Patmos.
Patmos. Yeah,
So what is that based on the assumption that there is a John exiled to Patmos,
yeah, a John,
but
but not
yeah, I'm not the one mentioned in
Saint John. I think she sort of alludes that there was a John, John the Divine, the one that wrote. There
Well,
is
I know it
historicity
was
for
written
him.
by. So I know it was written by a John, but I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if the whole Patmos thing was actually accurate.
Yeah, well, this is what she's saying. It is that John, and it's actually just a more like a warmongering, trying to get people sort of behind the Jewish or Judaism as against Rome to say that Jesus is coming. They're going to destroy it. Nero 666, all this sort of
Yeah, well, 616
yeah, 616. Yeah, that's right. It was
and
666, but it's actually 616. Yeah,
in the original text, yeah,
yeah,
as far as we know. But it's quite interesting that a lot of them are sort of patriotic or warmongering texts as well. Because I was thinking about Daniel, that was to inspire the Maccabean revolt, or yeah, to add morale to the existing revolt
yeah.
in such a way that you could try and stir up the soldiers again who were losing faith.
And then again, they sort of take Daniel and trying to say it was it's the prophecy of Christ, that the birth of Christ or Christ coming, the Messiah. Is that so? Yes, Daniel. It is Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah, that was repurposing failed prophecies, and of course that failed as well. So they repurposed those again.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of Christians actually bring that up. Is that's the prophecy that said that Christ was going to come and he was going to die and all that sort of stuff. Whereas all
Yeah,
the original Old Testament says no, it's not the same person that they think that's coming is not the Messiah. The ones that prophesied in the Old Testament is not the Messiah that came in the New
yeah,
Testament.
it's Isaiah and then passed on. I think Zechariah was also
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah was also reused, but Daniel was the more recent one that was written about 164 BC, I think.
Yeah, but I heard somewhere that Daniel, I don't know where I read it, that Daniel may have been actually written or copied or changed in somewhere in this in CE. Like
Oh yeah, no doubt all of them have been edited.
no, but I mean it not meaning edited, but actually written. A lot of it written at that time. I don't know where I read it now.
Sure. So the consensus on Daniel is that it's around 163,
Yeah,
164 BC, I think, and that's because of the nature of the prophecies in it, where
yeah.
they're really inaccurate for the old stuff, and they get more and more accurate as they reach that date, and then they just take a nosedive after that date. So that's probably when it was written. The most accurate prophecies are the ones that are being done at the time the author was writing.
Hmm. Well, I don't know whether there was any, any prophecies that were accurate, was there?
Well, when he was talking about, so he sets it hundreds of years earlier, but because it was written then, when it's assumed that the Daniel was talking about things happening hundreds of years in the future.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Now,
if there was going to be an actual point at which you could say Christianity began, what do you think that looked like? Because David Fitzgerald did that in the third volume of Mything in Action,
hmm,
where he sort of dotted around through history and picked up different things preachers were preaching at different times, but he stuck quite close to what we actually know.
yeah.
Was that there wasn't really the moment when it was actually sparked into Christianity.
Uh, yeah. Have you read The Triumph of Christianity?
I have not, but it is on my list of things to read. That's Ehrman's book, isn't it?
That's Ehrman's book. That now that's probably one of his better books. He's taken a completely neutral position, and he goes through how Christianity actually grew from
Yeah,
basically
something like 4% per year. I can't remember the exact growth rate.
yeah, but how it spread because it was just basically converting little bits, little small amounts of people at a time, and obviously Paul had a lot to do with that. Paul because of which
Removing the Jewish law requirement, yeah, was a huge
yeah,
influence.
that was the one, and then obviously with the pagans because the pagans didn't give a damn who you worship because I mean they had so many gods they couldn't give a hoot that you
Yeah,
were.
it came up in The Scientist in the Early Roman Empire, which was a really good book. One of the things that Carrier mentioned in there was that the pagans just worshipped multiple gods, and they
Yeah,
weren't particularly fussed if you had more than one. But
yeah, or
the
if you only had one.
intolerance of monotheism was something that led it to succeed when they
Yeah,
started outlawing the other ones.
yeah. Oh, now I've lost my train of thought. Jeez,
So
I'm getting too
the
old.
triumph of you were talking about triumphs of Christianity, the regular spread, sort of incremental increases of Christianity. That's what
Yeah,
Herman was talking about. I do want to read that book. It sounds like a really good one.
it's actually very good because um, he doesn't sort of put his spin into anything. He goes right through Constantine the whole lot. That Constantine basically he wasn't that instrumental in doing anything really. He was just very clever in getting a bit of money together.
He used two simultaneous religions, didn't he? He was simultaneously
Mithras, what's it?
Mithraism.
Mithraism, yeah.
I thought there was
Is this?
Sol Invictus. I don't
Yeah, it's the
remember
same thing.
the
It's
exact.
the same thing. Mithraism and Sol Invictus,
Okay.
the sun god.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that particular god. It's
Yeah,
one of the ones I need to look up. But one of the things that annoyed me is that Mithraism is often brought up as a parallel when it isn't.
yeah,
Just kind of put me off going too deep into it.
yeah. If you look at Sol Invictus, Apollo, they're all sort of intermingled. They
I
all,
have just read Stephen Fry's book Mythos, which is great about the Greek gods. So he goes into the backstory of Apollo.
all right.
So I'm familiar with those ones. But
Yeah,
one of the things that Constantine did was use sort of double language, things with symbols with double meanings,
yeah,
to bring both religions side by side.
yeah. But actually, yeah, Ehrman actually alludes to the fact that he was still Sol Invictus but Christianity was a good sideline. They intermingled the two. Because if you look at a lot of the the Christian churches or temples were built on Mithra temples. And they still had underground the the temples where they could still carry on uh, praying and
Mithraic rituals.
yeah, with a bull and there's a lot of similarities there. And I think all Constantine did was bring one sun god and join the other sun god together.
Yeah, I thought he plundered pagan temples.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was a get rich quick.
yeah. By that point, Christianity had picked up some asceticism, so they were less fussed about money, and they were talking about eschewing material wealth, weren't they?
Yeah,
So that was quite helpful for Constantine because he could have a religion in power which didn't gather so much money. I think they've left that behind now. They're very into gathering money.
yeah. And then, well, obviously, he was the Nicosia and that sort of stuff didn't actually get Christianity growing. He
Yeah,
was
that was just about Nicaea was creedal doctrines and sort of power struggles between multiple sects of Christianity. I think was more than
correct.
actual.
And then, oh man, I can't remember because then there was still an emperor that came in that for about 2 years. That's when the Christians were persecuted. Try to bring
I don't remember exactly which one it was. There were
straight after
persecutions on and
Constantine.
off.
Oh, not his son. He's the next one.
So it was
Um, uh,
Constantine the second, and I
yeah.
don't remember all the names
But
of them.
anyway, for 2 years, paganism tried to bring paganism back, and that's when Christians were really persecuted for a very short time. Some Christians obviously weren't persecuted at all, and
Yeah, the persecution by Nero was probably made up
yeah,
entirely. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the persecution that Christians uh, say that they went through never happened. Um, there
They
was
were
odd bits and pieces, but it was mostly localized. It wasn't from the emperor or law as such.
Well, there was persecution by Christians, both against pagans and against other Christians. Of course,
Oh yeah, of course. The best one is Christian against Christian.
yeah, there's no sect more hated than the one that's almost the same as yours.
Yes. What was his name? Irenaeus was his name. Irenaeus.
Irenaeus, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Irenaeus. Yeah. He was the dude that decided that the Catholic Church was the only true church, and everybody else was a heretic.
Heretic. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
remember what year he was operating? I can't remember.
Uh, was it the second century? Was it?
So, yeah, I guess
I
so.
think it was the second century. I'd have to look. It's in Ehrman's book as well.
He was
Also,
before Eusebius, wasn't he?
I know Eusebius was with Constantine.
Yeah, that
Eu-
was. So I'm trying to
Eus-
remember sort of the order with them because Origen was one of the early ones.
yeah, yeah. Eusebius was the one that wrote about the conversion.
He's the one that wrote the Testimonium
Yeah,
Flavianum.
but his first story of the first writing that he did of the conversion. He didn't mention anything about uh, 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 Constantine's conversion. Just that Melbourne Bridge, the
Yeah, that
fight.
seems to have been beefed up later. It
Yeah,
was
it was the first his first manuscript of that never mentioned anything. After that, his second one, when he rewrote it again, that mentioned his conversion and sort of really drammed the thing up, really sort of beefed it up so that Christianity could grow even faster.
Yep. Bit of dramatization always helps.
Yeah, but Eusebius, I think he rewrote he rewrote history. There's claims that he actually rewrote Christian history as we know, because
Yeah, all of our Josephine texts come from it. Is it? So I know the Antiquities of the Jews is based entirely on the one that he had. I
yes,
don't know if the Jewish War is also from his library.
uh, is it? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, so we've got some serious contamination there. I suspect that even the passage about John the Baptist was edited as well. Maybe not such an
Y-
extent, maybe
y-
not directly by Eusebius,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
suspiciously positive.
positive. Yeah, yeah. Um, I, I, I think. Well, I sort of. I'm not sure about John the Baptist whether he did exist or he didn't. Josephus obviously brings him up,
I
but
think if John the Baptist didn't exist, then the Christians wouldn't have been so fussed about trying to get his followers over. And we do have references to followers of John the
of
Baptist
John
as well.
the Baptist, um, there was. I read somewhere. I think I read today somewhere where there is a question about John the Baptist actually being a person. Can't remember. I think is it Carrier? I'm pretty sure Carrier said something about it.
I'm sure he said something about it in his book, but I don't remember the
Um, I'm,
historicity.
I'm sure he said something about. I can't remember now, but I'm sure he sort of said that the writing about John the Baptist in Josephus was was fraudulent or added later.
It definitely looks like it's been edited.
Yeah,
I can't remember where that was mentioned. But
yeah,
if you read Josephus for Josephus, but you read Josephus's passages on John the Baptist, or his passage on John the Baptist, it looks odd for someone such as Josephus, who is very against messiahs. It was
mm,
very important for him to only emphasize the emperor as Messiah.
yeah,
Um, so it would be very strange for him to say the things he did about John the Baptist, although not as weird as the stuff he wrote about Jesus walking the earth.
yeah,
That
yes,
was a little
yeah,
glowing advert for Christianity there.
yeah. But a lot of most of Christian scholars, I think, don't actually refer to Josephus anymore. It's the fundamentalists that do sort of more that will bring up the testimonium TF of Josephus.
Yeah, the so Ehrman doesn't use it, for example, because as he pointed out, the dating of it means it's worthless anyway.
Yeah, yeah. But also you can see exactly what is added. I mean, man uh, named Christ to if you can call him a man or something like that. How's it
Yeah,
go?
because it flows straight into the next story, because the next thing after that is, and then another terrible thing happened.
Yes, and that's unlike Josephus because Josephus likes to go into depth about explaining about things.
He'll
Doesn't
define anything related to Judaism for his audience.
yeah, but one line with Jesus. So yeah, it just doesn't follow, does it?
Yeah, and also I think it was based off of Luke. If you follow the point by point, it's like almost everything, something like 19 consecutive points line up perfectly with Luke's narrative.
Luke, yeah, correct.
So you can see where he got it from as
Wi-
well. And Luke wasn't written till about the 120s.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Luke borrowed from Josephus. To be honest with you, I don't know who
Both
borrowed
ways.
from who.
So, Luke used Josephus as a source.
Yeah,
Seems very likely that that happened. But then the forger later on, probably Eusebius, used Josephus back into Luke, so it's gone both ways.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the way it
Uh,
seems.
yeah. Now, can I ask you about yourself? I know. I watched that other debate you had with
The deconversion stories,
the
yeah, on
conversion
Neil's
stories.
channel.
Now, you were you a fundamentalist or
Yeah, I grew up as a missionary kid.
yeah, missionary? But it doesn't mean that you're a fundamentalist, sort of reborn, born again sort of guy. You could have been a Catholic or an Anglican missionary.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like a non-denominational sort of thing because it was missionaries from all over the world. But the educational system I went through as a teenager was very American.
So it was evangelical.
Yeah, so it was.
Uh,
Although my parents are British, so they had a different Christianity. The schooling I went through was very religious and American.
what in the UK or did you go to?
So that would be the main one was a boarding school in Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon.
Yeah,
Oh, you did.
Rainforest International School. So that's one where it is run by Christians voluntarily.
Mm.
for Christian missionary kids. So it's you have there were literally Bible classes in there, and in our history and geography classes, we were taught that global warming was a hoax and that the world was created 6,000 years ago and evolution
Oh yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
happen. There was
yeah,
no biology lessons.
mm. Yeah. We, uh, to be honest with you, when I was at school, I can't even remember. I know we had a bit on evolution, a bit on religion, but never really paid much attention. I was Catholic. I got confirmed, but then uh, flippant schooling, and then sort of leaving school, starting work, and then flipping 10 years of army in and out. Didn't have time for really to for Christianity or for
Is
religion.
is the army? So which army were you serving with?
Rhodesian, Zimbabwe Rhodesian army during the 70s. The Rhodesian Bush War, when Ian Smith declared UDI. I don't know whether you aware of that.
I
It's
don't know that much about history in that area.
Yeah, it's a colony. South Africa's a colony. Rhodesia was a colony,
Yeah,
and of course, when uh, I think it was Heath that time, Heath or Wilson said that it's time we got to hand over to the indigenous. Ian Smith said no way, and they broke away UDI. And South Africa, on the other hand, also went with apartheid and that sort of stuff. That was in 1964, 65 when that happened. And then obviously the 70s, we had Mugabe and that sort of stuff fighting in the Bush War. And then Mugabe took over in 1980, and that was the end of a beautiful country. He milked that place dry. That's why it's in the state it is. We left in 82. Yeah, 82. And that's when I became a born again and started my studies and taught Sunday school and tried to convert everybody I saw.
yeah. It's interesting that you actually went into studying. Did you say to become a pastor?
Yeah, it started off that I became born again, and then of course you get that
Get excited and
you
decide to
get
do
that
your work.
addiction. It's an addiction. So I was basically addicted. I mean, I lived, breathed Jesus. I loved Jesus from morning till night. That's all I could eat, sleep, and you know. Uh, at work, when I went to work, I spoke about it. Wherever I went, then I started. Yeah, I got talking, and then I started with the actual Bible school. But I was actually teaching when I started teaching the kids. What's the name? Sunday school. And I just realized how I indoctrinated those kids. You just think about and saying what will happen if you don't believe, and you actually threaten the kids, and
Yeah,
indoctrinating. So it
it's the
it
carrot and stick approach.
yeah, and then of course, like I said, I started studying, but uh, it was not easy. It was not easy. Deconversion for me was one of the hardest things I ever did. Um,
Yeah, I think it either takes a long time, sort of gradually extracting yourself out, or it's
yeah,
really hard.
yeah. I mean, I even dabbled with spiritualism, and you know, went to spiritualist church. Just something because I needed that.
Yeah, you sort of
You needed
you still have a lot
needed
of
that.
hang-ups like that, don't you? So
Yeah, I needed that being that was supposed to be there. The one I was taught was there. And so it was a harsh one. And yourself, you breezed through it, or it was still difficult now.
it's hard to say. The way I got out was gradually. I went through the same sort of fiery thing as you did, where you're all energetic and you really want to make the changes, but then real life gets in the way, and you realize you still have to work and you still have to
Yep,
earn your living and do your
look after the kids, and yeah,
yeah. So you realize that well, g- God's not going to do anything, so you have to do all the work yourself.
Yeah.
And unless you're especially dedicated, that's very difficult to do. In particular, now that the world is more educated, it's much harder to try and convert people into a religion if they know about the religion,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
particularly if they've learned logic.
Yeah. The thing I think I think you guys, your age group, and especially like my kids and the kids that's growing up now, there's more knowledge about. When I was growing up, you had to go to a library. There was no internet. I In the 80s, I didn't have internet. I went to the library. I learned from the library. I'd go and get books out the library to read.
I
Um,
practically lived in a library when I was in high school.
yeah, yeah. The thing is, today the kids are lucky because everything. Well, anybody is lucky because it's at your fingertips. You just got to sort out what's fact and what's not. But that's not difficult to do.
Yeah,
Um,
well, as Yuval Noah Harari pointed out, it's getting possible to hack human minds now, so it's getting even more dangerous again.
yeah, yeah,
You've got the first the rise of the internet where it was used for practical purposes, but then you've got the fake news
yeah,
coming in as well, and the manipulation of the masses again.
yeah. Well, I think you can see a lot of the what they do. They It's almost brainwashing itself as well. So it's like you say, it's just another form.
Well, if you look at the, say, World War II propaganda machines that were running in various countries, then you start to see that still happening. It's still propaganda, but it's a different medium now, so
Yeah, yeah.
done in different ways.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look, I don't know whether you saw the two Russian agents' excuses. I mean, but it's all propaganda. It's all, I mean, the Russians believe that full heartedly. That this is
Well,
the
you
evil
just
West.
think someone's biased, don't you? Even though
Mm,
you've got them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I was thinking about our our sort of this sort of recording thing. I'm wondering if we should do something where you can host something and we get the guys to come in, very similar
Yeah,
to the
the groups.
deconversion
Yeah,
sort of story. Even get like say like what's his name,
Kent was interested.
Kent, what's that Catholic guy, Jason.
Jason. Yeah.
Jason, it'll be good to actually. I think it'll be actually good to get him on. I'd like to get him on
So
because
he's recovering at the moment. Do you think
yeah.
he?
So I don't think he'll probably, but it'll be nice to get him on sometime, and of course Jessica as well.
Yes, I would love to hear from Jessica.
Yeah, because she's one.
I've had chats with her before on.
Yeah, I've had a chat with her as well. She's one bright cookie that.
Yeah.
I mean, we got off to a good start. I remember you still calmed the situation down. What did I call her, feminazi or something like that? We still laugh about it over
Yeah,
when she
she's
sort of had the
corrected me on
interview.
quite a few things.
Yeah,
Very insightful.
yeah. Um, and I mean, on the admin side of things, she jumps around. She's actually full on there.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll get a feel for the what we want to do with
yeah.
the
Just but
panel, and
yeah, like our discussion now was just a discussion. Really, we haven't sort of swatted it up on anything or had a look and got references where we said we're going to be this and this. We haven't made a subject that we're going to talk about. We sort of just decided, well, we're going to have a little chat.
yeah, experiment. It's fun.
Yeah, but I think it's worked out pretty well. I think, although, like I say, I need references in front of me. I haven't got the brain you got.
I've probably forgotten 99% of what I've read in these books anyway.
Well, I've forgotten what I said 5 minutes ago.
Fair enough. I can't compete with that.
No, you can't. Yeah, but as I say, if I don't know whether you think it's worthwhile perhaps doing it once a month or depending on our time, if both can host and we could just get the other guys to come in and
Well, yeah, I don't want to be the only person arranging these things. It'd be great if everyone could just do some one-on-ones. We could do
yeah,
some group discussions, maybe some proper debates as well.
yeah,
It would be
yeah, you
super.
can make a proper debate where guys come forward. But to do that, the only thing we can actually debate because most of people, most of us are atheists, is like the historicity or something like that.
Yeah, we can definitely do historical discussions as amateurs.
but I'd like
People
to
of interest.
I'd like to get some of the theists that we've got inside the group to come forward and have a chat. You know,
Yeah, I was thinking we start off with admins because we'll have to keep
admins, yeah.
our eye on the participation. We can definitely branch out a little bit further later and get some of the regular users involved as
Yeah,
well. Maybe get some guests in.
yeah, good.
But
If
we want to lay out some sort of format first for
we
each
have
session
to,
that
we
we
have to get,
have.
yeah, we have to get every. We can't just go on like we're just going on now because we
Oh,
make
it's
fools
so
of
fun.
ourselves. It's fun, but we can make fools of ourselves.
No, I've got no problem with making a fool of myself.
Yeah, well, I make a fool of myself all the time. You know, as I say, dickhead.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
on the channel.
What? Which? On?
Dickhead. It was a regular theme, calling people a dickhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's it. Everybody knows. I'm a dickhead, or they're a dickhead.
And that's the tone we set for the whole channel.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That's why I've got to take a back seat. Otherwise, I'll be causing hassles.
Oh, well, you've been very civil.
I'm civil with people that's got a brain, but
People that agree with you then.
no, I mean I don't mind if people don't agree with me. It's when they're thick. Sorry to say
We'll
it.
have to find something we disagree on and have a proper debate on it.
Yeah, I don't know what we disagree on, but I'm sure there's something.
Oh, yeah, we'll just have to list various points that we think about.
Yeah, and then we can have a go.
Conventions.
Yeah, but usually
On
I
religion,
get
we tend to agree.
sorry.
On religion, we tend to agree.
I think so. I think we're on the same sort of page there. Yeah.
Right. Do you want to call it there and we can stop
Yeah.
podcasting? As this is any other points you wanted to discuss,
No,
because we're not on a limit.
no, I'm happy where we are. But I just feel it'd be good if we can bring others in as well and sort of have a good old chat.
Well, what we can do is we can take this as our first attempt. We can present this to the group and go, "What do you think of this? How can we
What do you,
improve
what
on
do you
it?"
what do you think of these two idiots and that ugly fella, that ugly old man,
Yes, and the dog.
and the dog? Yeah, well, the dog's now sleeping, so she's cool.
That's
Alrighty, buddy.
okay.
I
I'll
think I think we
start.
call it that, but I think it's a good first attempt.
Yes, good. And then who knows what we'll do with the channel in the future. So
Yeah, well, who knows? We might just grow bigger and bigger. Might even get guys like uh, David Carrier and David Carrier and
David Fitzgerald, yeah.
David Fitzgerald, should I say? Yeah.
I've got them as friends. I
Oh,
really
David
want to sort of
Fitzgerald's my friend
expand
as
out the
well.
audience a bit and
Yeah, no, I'm
get
just
them
going.
signed
I'm just
properly.
stepping right far ahead because David Fitzgerald's also on my friends list as well. But Carrier's not though. Carrier, I don't
I
think he.
support Carrier on Patreon.
I support him on Patreon as well.
I think he deserves
Yeah,
a lot more than he's getting.
yeah, I support him on Patreon as well. I'm also a Patreon for.
Because you get other people who get supported on Patreon for making comedy videos or something, but he's doing serious historical
No,
work.
he's a serious scholar. I mean,
I think it's
he
worth
did.
valuing academics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't roll in the money, but I'm a patron of him, and also Stairway to Reason as well.
Yeah, Jeff
Jeff,
Tadlock, I think.
yeah, I support him as well. He does quite a bit of good work.
Yeah, I'm sure we can expand things out a little bit and maybe set a schedule up, and then we can actually get some people who know something
Yeah,
on the
well,
channel.
yeah, like a Jehovah Witness or two. My brother-in-law is a Jehovah Witness. We'll get him on.
Ah, there you go. Have some opposing opinions.
There you go.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
broadcasting now.
All right, Joe. Have a good lad. Good talking to you.